And I promise you all we'll have you out of here in just a few minutes. It's been a long day. You've done incredibly well. We're nearly there. I'd like to firstly acknowledge the traditional owners of the land, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation. And I want to say thank you to the Sydney Morning Herald for having us. It's been an exceptional day. Congratulations for curating an excellent summit and continuing to provoke the discourse and the debate on such critical issues around schools and school systems. And it was wonderful to hear wonderful teachers like Cameron and Alex that really brought what was going on in schools to life. It was very visceral, and I heard, amongst other things, a cry for help, saying we just need a little bit more time. We need more time. I would have come to this session just for that panel. Now, Janison is a little-known name, but we're on a trajectory that means you'll come to know us more and more. We're associated with names like Check-In, the ICAS competition, Reach, Valid, and other household products and names in education. And we consider ourselves a global force for good. We believe assessments can transform education, and we're already doing so in 110 countries. And why do we believe this? Because we deliver authentic assessments which provide greater student insight, more reliable data, and our technology platform supports a commitment to equity and accessibility to all. Critically, as we've heard today, it also saves teachers time. We're not just talking about the time it takes to author an assessment, to run an event, to mark it, to report it, to analyse it, but it provides the timely insights so you can adjust on the go. We're born in the education sector. We have educators, technologists and change agents that are passionate about empowering teachers and driving better student outcomes. And we're Australian, a regional Australian success story, actually. We were started by a teacher, Wayne Holden. He's still with us today and his vision is still very much alive. Recently and relevant to this group, we're really proud of the partnership with the Department of Education here in New South Wales on Check-In, and we must have heard Check-In 24 times today. Our assessment platform powered that particular Check-In assessment, which identified learning gaps for nearly 180,000 school children across New South Wales who had their schooling disrupted by the pandemic. And to hear Julie Summerman of the Grattan Institute saying it was the best data released, Check-In with the Department of Education, with the schools, that was us. And we're very proud to have played that role. And it's an extremely exciting future for Edtech around the world. The scope is massive and the opportunities are great. But you don't want to hear about that from me. I'd like to ask Sarah Ratner very briefly to say a few words about what we're doing with the OECD globally. And Sarah is a true educator. She's an educational assessment expert, a PhD scholar. She's had 20 years of experience as a teacher, as a senior school executive, a lecturer, a researcher, a board member. She's our newest recruit and she's wonderful. Sarah, over to you.
Thank you very much, and I'm sure my fellow educators feel the same. It's wonderful to be in a room with so many educators again and engaging in such professional learning, and huge thank you to the organisers and everyone that put this event together. It's been a fantastic day of learning. As David said, I was recently invited to join Janison, and I can't quite believe that I get to work in Sydney for an Australian-listed company and on a daily basis work with the OECD in Paris. And we're working on a really exciting project called PISA for Schools. And since joining, I've been given a seat at the table to lead this partnership between Janison and the OECD and get to work with the most amazing people in education, from Paris to Brazil, Thailand to Russia, and all across the world. And we're delivering a really low-stakes, high-value assessment in schools that's making a huge difference. And PISA for Schools truly is global and it's best in class. And recently we produced the linking study, which equated it to the global PISA study and enables us to make comparisons to that gold standard data. And I really love that PISA for Schools is all about putting that quality data into the hands of schools and into educators and helping them to own their future growth and development, which I think is so important. Andreas Schleicher and I were speaking this week, and he shared this with me, which I'll read to you. He said, PISA for Schools is not designed to generate league tables, and the OECD does not publish the results. Participating schools may choose to share them, but we know from experience that high-quality assessment generates meaningful data to guide change. But we also know that the real work starts when school leaders and teachers work together with students and parents to take action tailored to their own school context. This is how PISA for Schools can contribute to an already vibrant school sector and learn more than participating schools about what it takes for every student to reach their full potential. So to date, we're really proud that Janison and the OECD have delivered PISA for Schools in the USA, Thailand, Spain, Portugal, Russia, Japan, the UK, Andorra, Brazil, and many more countries are coming on board this year. I've seen firsthand the sharing and professional learning that takes place across these countries between like-minded schools across the globe. And I think every week I learn something new, whether it's speaking to the Minister for Education in Kazakhstan or my colleagues at the OECD in Paris. And I'm really pleased that an Australian company, a regional success story, has given me, a humble Australian educator, the chance to have a seat at that global table. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to chat to you. But for now, I think we've all deserved a drink. So thank you.